the palace fell. Silent as the alien queen's daughter rushed into my arms, Princess Kiri barreled through the grand hall, her small clawed feet skittering past stunned guards. She dodged a lunging arm and slammed into Evan's chest. Evan caught her mid-leap, his arms wrapped around her slim frame. She buried her face in his shoulder, trembling. Guards shouted. Spears clattered against marble floors. The court froze. Nobles in shimmering silks, their multifaceted eyes wide. Evan dropped to one knee. He turned his body to shield her completely. His gaze swept the hall. High arches, shadowed balconies, the queen's throne at the far end, no drawn weapons, no assassins in sight. Yet, stand down, Queen Salith's voice cracked like thunder. She rose from her throne, her iridescent wings half unfurled. All of you, now. The guards halted. Captain Illick stepped forward, his armored crest bristling. Your Majesty. The princess breached protocol. She answers first. Salith snapped, her compound eyes locked on Evan. Envoy Rook. Explain. Evan kept his voice steady.
He didn't release Kiri. She's scared, Your Majesty.
Something chased her here. Chamberlain Vaskaroon glided forward, his robes whispering. This is no mere fright. The child ignored her escorts, rushed straight to the human. Proof of undue influence. He turned to the queen. Evan Rook sows chaos. Remove him, now. Murmurs rippled through the court. Nobles nodded, their antennae twitching. Kiri clutched Evan's jacket tighter, her voice muffled against him. No, he's safe. Evan felt her heartbeat race through her exoskeletal plates. He scanned again. Doors at the hall's edges, one ajar near the restricted archives. A shadow flickered there. He ignored Orin, leaned close to Kiri's ear. Princess. What did you see? She pulled back just enough. Her wide eyes met his. Golden, unblinking. She pointed a tiny claw, straight at the restricted door. There, that shadow. Coming. Evan's gut tightened. That door led to the palace vaults. Off limits, guarded. Protocol be damned. Captain Illick barked orders. 2 guards advanced on Evan. Step away from the princess, human. Evan stood slowly, Kiri still in his arms. She weighed next to nothing, fragile under that chitin shell. Captain, she's pointing to a threat. Check it. Ilex hesitated, his mandibles clicked. Human instincts? We follow orders. Orders won't save her if it's real. Evan shifted Kiri to his hip. She clung like a lifeline. Queen Salith raised a clawed hand. Hold. Orin, your evidence? The Chamberlain sneered. The girl fixates on him. Court whispers say he whispers poisons in her ear. She defies us for a soft-skinned outsider. It's destabilizing the throne. Kiri whimpered. Evan bounced her gently. Human habit calming toddlers back home. It worked here, too. Her trembling eased. She's a child, Evan said. Not a pawn. Let me check that door. Orin's eyes narrowed. You? An envoy? This is manipulation. The human turns her against her own kind. Salith's wings rustled. She weighed the room, nobles shifting, guards tense. Captain Ilex. Accompany him. Verify. Ilex scowled, but nodded. He signaled 2 guards. They flanked Evan as he strode toward the door, Kiri secure. The hall's echoes faded. Cool air seeped from the crack. Evan paused, listened. Faint scrape, claws on stone. Stay back, Ilex growled. He shoved the door wide. Darkness yawned. Vault stairs descended into gloom. A shape huddled midway. Another guard, slumped, antenna limp. Evan's pulse spiked. Injured, Ilex rushed down. Evan followed, Kiri's claws digging in. She whispered, Told you. The guard groaned. Venom glistened on his neck plates. Assassin's mark, rare, palace-only toxin. Ilex knelt. Poisoned, recent. Evan scanned the shadows, footprints in dust. Small, deliberate, not the guards. Intruder went deeper. Traps ahead. Ilex's crest flattened. Human, you see too much. Training. Evan pointed. That grate. Loose. Air shaft. Kiri pointed too. Shadow went there. Guards sealed the stairs. Ilex voxed reinforcements. Evan backed up, eyes on every corner. Salith appeared at the threshold, Orin trailing. Report. Assassin, Ilex said. Poisoned sentry. fled into vents. Orun seized it. See, breach during the humans' watch. His presence invites this. Evan met the Queen's gaze. Kiri spotted it first, ran to warn. The princess nodded fiercely. Evan listens. Salith's mandibles parted. Thought. Ilex stood. He found the signs fast. Faster than us. Court nobles peered from the hall. Whispers turned. Orun pressed. Coincidence. Remove him before. No. Salith's decision cut sharp. Rook stays. Protects her directly. Orun bowed stiffly. As you command, but mark the risk. Evan exhaled. Kiri relaxed against him. Ilex clapped Evan's shoulder. Hard. You move well, human. For soft skin, teamwork, Evan said. Now seal those vents. Guards swarmed. Evan carried Kiri back to the throne dais. She beamed up at him. You believed. Always. He set her down gently, watched her scamper to her mother's side, but glanced back. Salith knelt to her level. Brave one. Why him? Kiri hugged Evan's leg. He sees me. Not crown. The queen rose, her eyes on Evan, assessing. Court dismissed. Orun, audit security. Ilex, with Rook hunt that shadow. Nobles filed out, buzzing. Orun shot Evan a venom glare. Ilex nodded respect. Lead, human. Evan followed Kiri's earlier path in his mind. The great. He pried it open later, with Ilex, narrow shaft, too tight for their frames. Child's eye, Ilex muttered. Save the sentry. Evan crawled in first. Flashlight cut darkness. Cloth scrap snagged ahead. Assassin's cloak, he bagged it. Back in the hall, Salith waited. Kiri clapped. Got bad guy stuff. Evan handed the evidence. Trail leads to outer docks. Your call. Salith gripped it. Mine now. You. Stay close to her. Orun lurked. Your Majesty, reconsider. Human bonds weaken her loyalty. Kiri stomped. No. Evan family. The word hung. Court remnants gasped. Salith silenced them. Enough. He proved worth. Evan knelt again, ruffled Kiri's crest. Team, kiddo. She giggled. Rare sound. Ilex watched. Mandible softening. Night fell. Evan stood guard at Kiri's chambers. Ilex posted opposite. Why her? The captain asked. Evan shrugged. She chose me. I deliver. Ilex grunted. Our protocols failed. Your quiet way worked. Dawn broke. Alarm blared. Docks breach. Assassin cornered. Evan arrived with Ilex. The figure spat defiance. For the old council. Ilex disarmed him. Evan shielded Kiri, who'd insisted on coming. Salith arrived. Interrogated swift. Plot unraveled. Orun's faction whispers confirmed. Chamberlain summoned. Pale. Misunderstanding. Exile. Salith ruled. Rook remains. Kiri hugged Evan. Told you. Safe. He smiled. Trust sealed in action. Palace shifted. Human at the heart. But as shadows cleared, Evan spotted a new glint in the vents. Deeper threat lingered. Kiri tugged his hand. Next adventure? Evan nodded. Ready. Evan matched Kiri's quick steps down the shadowed palace corridor. Her small claws clicked against the stone floor. He scanned ahead. Vents above. Guard niches to the left. Sealed door straight on. 8 positions total. He memorized them without breaking stride. Kiri pointed. That door. Secret room. Mama says no. Evan nodded. Checking it anyway. Stay close. She squeezed his hand. Her crest feathers perked up. Eyes wide with trust. Captain Ilex stepped from a niche blocking the path. His armored bulk filled the hall. 4 guards fanned behind him, spears leveled. Halt, human. Restricted sector. Surrender the princess. Now. Evan stopped. He kept his voice even. Morning, Captain. Kiri wants a look. We're just peeking. Ilex's mandibles clicked sharp. Protocol forbids it. Her safety demands obedience. Step aside. Kiri peeked from Evan's side. Evan's safe. He catches bad guys. The captain's gaze hardened on her. Princess, return to your chambers. This human endangers you. Evan knelt to Kiri's level. He met her eyes. Your call, kiddo. Go with Captain Ilex, or stick with me. No wrong choice. She hesitated, looked at Ilex's stern face, then darted behind Evan, clutching his leg. You. Evan stood. Shielded her fully now. Decision made. We proceed. Ilex raised a claw. Insolence. Guards, take the child. Evan didn't flinch. He slipped a multi-tool from his pocket. Compact alloy, human-made. Tested the door seal, ran the probe along the edge. A faint click. Fresh scratches gleamed under the dim lights. Tamper marks, less than a day old. Wait. Evan straightened. Door's been forced, recently. Ilex snarled. Lies, our seals hold. Footsteps echoed. Vaskoran glided into view, robes swirling. His eyes narrowed at Evan. What outrage? Human. You trespass. Arrest him. Guards advanced. Spears hummed with charge. Evan moved first, slapped the nearest alarm node. Wall panel. Standard override. It blared. Red lights pulsed. Doors slammed shut, corridor wide. Chaos erupted. Guards froze. Ilex barked orders. Oren sputtered. Traitor. Silence that. Evan ignored him, touched the door panel beside the seal. A hidden access port glowed under his thumb. Microcircuit. Bypassed. He pried it open. Exposed wires flickered. One snipped clean, fresh cut. Compromised, Evan said, flat. Someone looped the alarm here. Palace breach already in. Ilex shoved forward. Examined the wires. His mandibles dropped. By the stars, he's right. Kiri peeked out. See? Evan fixes. Oren paled.
Impossible. Human trickery. Evan cut him off.
Pointed to the vent grate above. Glint up there. Same as last night. Watcher, Ilex signaled. A guard boosted up, yanked the grate. A tiny drone tumbled out. Cloaked, assassin grade. Still humming faint, the captain crushed it underfoot. Sabotage, from inside. Evan scooped Kiri up. She wrapped arms around his neck. Told you, adventure. Guards parted. Ilex faced Evan square. Your instincts saved us again. How? Evan shrugged. Pattern recognition. Normal workday. Orun backed away. This proves nothing. The queen will hear, she will. Ilex gripped his spear. And you'll explain the drone, Chamberlain. Alarms wailed on. Palace stirred. Evan carried Kiri past the group, headed for the queen's chambers, trust locked in. Queen Salith burst into the corridor moments later. Her crown guards trailed. Report. Ilex saluted. Majesty. Human found tamper on restricted door. Triggered alarm. Uncovered drone. Salith's eyes locked on Evan. Sharp. Assessing. Rook. Again. He set Kiri down. She ran to her mother. Hugged legs. Evan checked secret door. Bad wires. The queen knelt. Stroked her crest. Rose. Faced Oren. Your faction's whispers end here. Evidence mounts. Orun bowed low. Sweat beaded his frills. Misinterpretation, Majesty. I serve only. Silence. Salith waved him off. Turned to Evan. You shield her without demand. Why? Evan met her gaze. She chose. I deliver. Kiri tugged Salith's robe. Evan family, like you said. The queen's expression softened. Just a flicker. She nodded. Stay vigilant. Deeper rot festers. Evan scanned the hall. Vents clean now. Guards repositioned. On it. Ilex clapped Evan's shoulder. Rare contact. Your quiet way, it works. Teach me. Evan grinned faint. Watch and learn, Captain. Hours passed. Evan walked Kiri through safer gardens. She chattered about palace secrets. He listened. Noted patrol gaps. Human eyes caught what alien protocols missed. Oren lurked at garden's edge. Whispered to aides. Framed Evan as threat. In sidelong glances. Kiri spotted him. Bad man stares. Evan knelt. Ignore. We build our team. She nodded solemn. Team forever. Evening council convened. Salith presided. Oren pushed first. Majesty, the human's competence disrupts order. Princess clings unduly. It weakens her to court traditions. Murmurs rose. Nobles nodded. Salith leaned forward. Disrupts? He exposes threats you ignore. Ilex stood. Captain's log. 3 saves in days. Human methods complement ours. Kiri slipped in, unseen till now. Climbed into Evan's lap at the table's edge. Evan best protector. Gasps. Oren sneered. Childish attachment. Dangerous. Evan stayed calm. bounced Kiri gentle. Said nothing. Salith silenced the room. My daughter's choice stands. Rook remains. Dissenters prove better. Or step aside. Oren, deflated, excused himself. Later, in Kiri's chambers, Evan checked locks. Ilex posted outside. Oren plots still, the captain said through the door. Evan nodded to himself. Expected. We counter quiet. Kiri yawned, curled on her bed. Story? He sat. Told a human tale. Simple. About a lost kid finding family through trust. No heroes boasting. Just steady steps. She slept smiling. Crest relaxed. Evan stood guard. Footsteps approached. Salith, she entered soft. Watched Kiri, then him. You treat danger like routine. Our warriors drill lifetimes for such calm. Evan shrugged. Practice. Humans adapt. She placed a claw on his arm. Light. Thank you. For her, he nodded. Team. Dawn next day. Evan walked Kiri to lessons, past the restricted door, now sealed triple. Guards saluted him. But in a side hall, Oren cornered Ilex. Evan paused, out of sight, listened. Human sows chaos. Oren hissed. Princess defies protocol. Exile him. Captain, restore order. Ilex hesitated. He saves lives. Or fakes threats. For influence, Evan stepped out, casual. Morning, gentlemen. Oren startled. Eavesdropper. Ilex straightened. Truth outs, Chamberlain. Evan pulled his tool. Scanned a loose panel nearby. Psh, another bypass. Here. Ilex checked, confirmed. You're doing? Orun fled, stammering. Kiri waited ahead. Waved. Hurry. Evan joined her, hand in claw. Palace shifted daily. Guards emulated his scans. Salith consulted him private. Kiri bloomed, fearless. One night, Vent Glint returned. Bigger. Evan climbed silent. Bagged the spy device, logged it. Ilex arrived. Pattern? Evan nodded. Oren's trail. Confront. Together, they moved. Kiri safe with Salith. Oren's quarters, door ajar. Inside, crates, drones, cloaks, faction seals. Ilex burst in. Evan flanked. Oren spun. Intruders. Exposed, Evan said. Held up the device. Yours. Guards swarmed at Ilex's call. Orun chained. Salith arrived. Verdict, swift. Treason. Banishment. Kiri hugged Evan tight. Team Queen Salith knelt beside Kiri. Her claws brushed the child's frill. Enough hugs, little spark. We move. Kiri unlatched from Evan's leg. She grabbed his hand instead. Tiny claws clicked against his skin suit. Evan scanned the chamber. Guards hauled Oren away. Chains rattled. Faction crates smoked from hasty burns. Salith rose. She waved Evan and Kiri forward. This way. Security chamber. No ears. Evan followed. Kiri skipped between them. Palace halls gleamed under crystal lights. Arched walls pulsed faint blue veins. Living stone. Alien tech. They slipped through a concealed door. It hissed shut. The chamber sealed. Hollow screens flickered alive. Maps of the palace bloomed in midair. Salith locked the door. Oren's fall exposes roots. Factions burrow deeper. Kiri stays nowhere without you. Evan nodded. He knelt to Kiri's level. New routine starts now. We build safe paths. You get a job. Kiri's eyes widened. Violet slits glowed. Job, watch captain. Evan tapped her chest. You spot weird shadows. Glints. Anything off? Tell me first. Deal? She saluted. Claw to frill. Captain Kiri reports. Salith watched. Her mandibles clicked soft approval. Joan has built trust fast. Not games. Evan pulled his multi-tool. Hollow interface synced. Habits save lives. He cleared the central table. Projected palace schematics. Layers stacked. Guard posts. Vents. Service tunnels. Color-coded routes glowed. Kiri climbed a stool. Peered close. Shiny map. Evan traced fingers over hollow. Red lines marked patrols. Gaps pulsed yellow. Guards. Loop here. Here. Blind spot dead ahead. Salith leaned in. Her crest flared. That corridor. Unpatrolled. Ancient service way. Sealed decades ago. Evan zoomed. Not sealed enough. Vent access. No cameras. Perfect ambush spot. Kiri pointed. Shadow there. Bad guys? Maybe. Evan logged it. We check later. A chime sounded. Door panel lit. Chamberlain Vask Orin requests entry. Voice smooth, edged. Salith stiffened. He dares? Evan glanced at her. Let him see his play. She tapped approval. Door unsealed. Orin strode in, flanked by 2 aides. Robes pristine. No chains. Someone bailed him fast. Majesty. This human invades private councils, influences the air. Kiri hid behind Evan. Claw gripped his sleeve. Salith's voice iced. Trees and crates in your quarters say otherwise. Planted. Orun bowed shallow. Factions frame me. Human chaos invites it. Princess defies protocol. Clings to offworlder. Court demands tribunal. Formal vote on his authority. Captain Ilex entered behind. Saluted crisp. Chamberlain speaks for some. Guards whisper. Evan stayed calm. Mapped on. Ignored the jab. Salith's claws tapped stone. Temporary authority. Granted Evan. Until threats end. Orun pressed. Vote now. Protocol binds us. Human methods unproven. He fakes scans. Sows fear for control. Ilex shifted. Eyed Evan. His scans found real devices, but tribunal ensures fairness. Kiri peeked out. Her frill quivered. Evan's team! No vote! Orrin sneered. Child's fancy endangers throne. Evan felt the tug. Kiri's claw yanked his sleeve. Hard. She bolted. Dragged him toward the chamber's side exit. Blind spot. Now. Watch Captain sees. Evan stumbled 1 step. Caught balance. Kiri. Salith whirled. Princess. But Kiri didn't stop. She yanked harder. Small body powered by royal will. Door to service hall cracked open. Cool air rushed in. Orrin lunged. Seize them! Wait. Evan scooped Kiri up, 1 arm. She pointed down the dim corridor. Glint. There. He scanned mid-stride. Tool beeped urgent. Red alert. Active drone. Cloaked. Incoming. Salith barked. Evan leads. Ilex, cover. No time for votes. They poured after him. Evan sprinted. Kiri clung tight. Team. Palace corridors blurred. Crystal lights streaked. He dodged a patrol bend. Hit the blind spot. Drone word from vent. Pea-sized. Faction marked. Laser dot danced on Kiri's back. Evan rolled. Shielded her. Fired disruptor pulse. Drone sparked. Crashed. Ilex skidded up. Blaster ready. More? Evan checked scan. Nest in wall. 3 total. Salith arrived. Crest flat with fury. Orrin's signature tech. Guards swarmed the corridor. Ilex directed them. Breach and clear. Orun's voice echoed from behind. Lies. Tribunal. Salith spun on him. Claws extended. You brought this. By delaying. Evan pried the wall panel. Drones tumbled out. Dead. He bagged them. Logged. Matches his crates. Kiri wriggled down. Inspected wreckage. Captain Kiri wins! Ilex knelt. Checked her. Your eyes saved us, princess. Human routine works. Salith faced Orun. Palace hummed with arriving enforcers. Tribunal denied. Evan commands security. Full authority. Orun paled. Aides backed away. Majesty. Reconsider. Out. Salith waved. Guards dragged him proper this time. Evan watched Kiri. She high-fived his palm. Claw to skin. Trust sealed in grip. But scan pinged again. Deeper in the blind corridor. Bigger signal. Moving.
Company,
Evan said. Salith nodded. Lead on. Kiri grabbed his hand. Team goes. They advanced. Shadows deepened. Faction routes ran far. Evan mapped ahead. Quiet competence cut through noise. Kiri's faith pulled them forward. Palace factions cracked under it. Ilex fell in step. Teach me your scans, human. Evan tossed him a spare tool. Watch, learn. Salith's mandibles curved faint smile. Daughter's choice forced her hand. Speed over ceremony. Trust won. But the signal pulsed stronger. Armed shadows stirred at corridor's end. Evan raised disruptor. Eyes sharp, team. Kiri saluted. Aye, Captain. They charged. Hours later, the chamber reconvened, empty now of Oren's stink. Hollow map updated. Blind corridor secured. Nests ripped out. Kiri yawned on her stool. Evan draped his jacket over her. Soft human fabric muffled her snores. Salith poured nectar. Passed him a glass. She chose you. Forced my claw. Evan sipped. Tart. Electric. Kids spot real safe first. Ilex entered. Reported. Factions scatter. Your routes hold. Guards outside emulated now. Scans routine. Palace breathed easier, but Evan eyed the map. One yellow gap lingered, deeper levels. Kiri stirred, murmured. Team, he nodded to Salith. Routine expands tomorrow. Watch Captain leads patrol. Queen's crest rose. Pride gleamed. So be it. Dawn broke. Evan walked Kiri to lessons again. Hand and claw. Past sealed doors. Guards scanned first now. Saluted double. Side hall clear. No corners. Kiri waved at Ilex. My guard, he grinned. Fangs flashed. Yours. Princess. Evan checked vents. Clear. Routine held. Trust built it brick by scan. But in Lesson's antechamber, a new shadow glinted. Faint. Oren's allies. Kiri spotted it. Tugged. Captain. Evan knelt. Report. Eye in wall. Watching. Tool. Out. Beep confirmed. Spy lens. Live feed. He crushed it. Logged. Salith's page arrived then. Urgent summons. Deeper game afoot. Evan lifted Kiri. Team time. She beamed. Blind spot 2. He chuckled. Maybe. Palace shifted. But their bond didn't. Quiet steps outpaced power plays. Queen waited in throne vault. Factions gathered. Demanded hearings. Kiri marched in first, on Evan's shoulders. We fixed blind spot. Human way, Salith silenced the murmurs. Listen to your watch, Captain. Trust rippled out. Factions faltered. Evan stood ready. Tool in hand. Competence spoke. Evan swept his light across the antechamber wall. Micro scratches glinted under the beam. Tiny, deliberate gouges like a trail of breadcrumbs. He traced them with his finger. Fresh, leading deeper. Team, hold formation. His voice stayed level. Kiri pressed close behind his left shoulder, her warm breath steady on his neck. Perfect spot. She blocked no angles, stayed out of his swing path. Captain Ilex flanked right, 2 guards behind. Their crests twitched, nervous energy. Palace deeper levels hummed with old vents and forgotten ducts. Yellow gap on the map. Sabotage risk high after the spy lens. Evan followed the scratches. They curved along a seam plate. Someone marked a path, not random where, too precise. Kiri whispered, like fox prints, Evan. He nodded once. Smart fox, stay centered. Ilex's tail lashed. Human instincts again? Protocol says full scan first. Scans miss footprints. Evan kept moving. Scratches dipped low, claw height for a skulking adult. Turned at a junction. He signaled halt. Lights out. Total dark swallowed them. Evan pressed ear to wall. Hallway breathed. Fans whirred distant. Pipes ticked. Then, click. Pause. Click, click. Pattern. Not random. Relay signal. Mechanical heartbeat, he murmured. Courier ahead. Planting. Guards shifted. Ilex hissed soft. Impossible to hear that. Evan counted clicks. The 3 bursts. Repeat. 50 meters. Left branch. Move quiet. They ghosted forward. Kiri's claws dug in. Trust, not fear. Scratches ended at a loose panel. Evan eased it aside. Dim glow leaked from subduct. Figure crouched inside. Robed courier, tool and claw, slapping a signal puck to the wall. Live feed device, palace-wide tracker. Courier froze. Spotted them. Bolted right down service chute. Evan lunged. Tackle clean, low. Wrapped the alien's legs. Rolled them both into clear space. Courier thrashed, but Evan pinned arms without a bruise. Secure. Ilex hauled the prisoner up, fangs bared. How? You heard it? Listened. Evan stood, dusted knees, no gloat. Just handed over the puck. Warm. Pulsing. Logs its path. Ties to Oren's faction. Ilex ripped the robe, palace insignia twisted, Chamberlain's mark. Traitor. Good catch, Rook. Curie peeked out, clapped claws. Evan Fox. Caught the sneaky one. Guards murmured approval. Crests relaxed. Evan checked her over. Safe. Safest. She hugged his leg. Evan keyed calm. Queen. Blind spot cleared. One puck, one prisoner. Oren's stamp. Static. Then Salith's voice. Crisp. Bring them. Court convenes now. They marched up, prisoner bound, silent. Ilex walked taller beside Evan. Your ears. Save us protocol time. Team ears. Evan nodded to the guards. Collaboration. Throne vault buzzed. Factions packed the edges. Oren front, scales gleaming smooth. Queen Salith loomed central, crest arched high. Vaskoran stepped forward first. Majesty. This routine expand risks all. Human leads child into depths. Influence spreads unchecked. Curie marched in on Evan's shoulders. We caught spy. Evan's way. Murmurs rippled. Orun's eyes narrowed. Childish games endanger her. Protocol demands separation. Evan set Curie down gentle. She ran to Salith, claws waving the puck. See? Clicky heart. Queen examined it. Claws clicked dataport. Chamberlain mark confirmed. Your courier Vask. Oren recoiled. Fabrication. Human plants evidence to bind princess closer. Ilex shoved prisoner forward. Confess. Courier broke. Oren orders. Track human moves. Frame him. Tighten guard on girl. Factions hissed. Crests flattened. Salith's gaze pinned Oren. Weaponize her trust against me? Evan stayed back. Tool holstered. Watched angles. Curie tugged his hand. My safe person. Orun snarled. He corrupts. Alien ways over ours. Captain Ilex growled. His way caught what protocol missed. Twice now. Queen raised claw. Silence fell. Competent speaks. Evan Rook protects as envoy should. Oren, confined. Ilex promote his methods. Oren dragged out by guards. Factions dispersed, whispers of human ear trailing. Salith beckoned Evan close. You read the machine's breath. Teach Ilex. He nodded. Team learns faster. Curie beamed up. More patrols? Evan ruffled her crest. Tomorrow. Map's green now. But as they exited, a guard hissed alert. New scratch. Faint on vault door edge. Deeper game. Not over. Evan knelt. Traced it. Pattern shifted. Multiple hunters now. Palace shifted underfoot. Vents whispered new clicks. Fainter. Layered. He killed his light again. Listened. Curie centered behind. Ready. Ilex crouched beside. Lead on, Rook. Evan followed the fresh trail. Hallway lived. Secrets pulsing. One quiet step outpaced the plots. Deeper they went. Scratches branched. Two sets now. Diverging paths. Evan split focus. Ilex. Right fork. Standard scan. I'll take left with Curie. Captain hesitated. Crest flicked doubt. Then nodded. Trust your ear. Signal if pattern changes. Will do. Evan moved. Curie's weight light on his back. Perched safe. Her claws tapped rhythm, mimicking his steps. Bond solidified in dark. Left fork narrowed. Air thickened, humid from old hydrolines. Scratches climbed high. Drone height. No. Claw drags. Heavy crawler. Clicks evolved. Not just relay. Harmonic whine underlay. Jammer? Evan paused at junction. Ear to grate. Pattern. Click whine click. Broadcasting block. Sabotaging comms. Got you. He pried grate. Below. Sub-level access. Dim figure scuttled. Second courier. Bulkier. Planting jammer puck under floor plate. Alerted by footfalls. It whirled. Claw gun drawn. Evan shoved Curie behind pillar. Dove low. Bullet sparked wall. Protocol round. Non-lethal but sting hot. He rolled. Grabbed ankle. Yanked hard. Courier crashed. Evan pinned neck. Disarmed clean. Yield. It spat. Orun pays better than Queen. Ilex's team burst in from right.
Flanked him.
Perfect timing. Evan bound the second prisoner. Jammer confirms. Faction wide. Curie peeked. Two foxes. Ilex hauled the new catch. Eyes gleamed respect. Your listen, predicted Split. Patterns don't lie. Evan scanned sub-level. Third scratch trail vanished into vent. One more, small. They cleared fast, vent too tight for adults. Evan boosted Kiri up. Your turn, Scout. She wriggled in, fearless. Shiny egg. Signal puck micro-sized. Child claw planted. Kiri crushed it under boot. Got it. Team extracted her. Cheers echoed soft. Back to vault. Salith waited alone now. Factions quelled. Full sweep. Clean. Evan logged all. Orin's net broken. Queen's crest softened. Kiri chose well. Princess hugged Evan's knee. Family patrol! Ilex saluted. Human methods integrate. My guards train under you. Evan shook head. Share scans. We cover blind spots. Salith nodded. Trust builds empires. But Evan caught it last. Faint vibration in throne base. Not scratch. Deeper hum. Core level access. Knelt by dais. Listened close. Click wine evolved again. Royal vault compromised. Kiri tilted head. Machine sick? Evan met Salith's eyes. One last hunt. You're led? Queen stood. Together, palace core awaited. Factions broken. But shadows lingered. Quiet competence lit the way. Word count 1427. Vask Orin slammed his staff on the marble floor. The tribunal chamber echoed. Human Evan Rook stands accused. His voice sliced through the assembled nobles. He manipulates our princess. A foreign handler, turning her loyalty against the crown. Evan stood at the chamber's center, hands loose at his sides. Kiri clutched his leg from behind the low barrier. Queen Salith watched from her raised dais, crest rigid. Captain Ilex flanked the guards, eyes narrow. Orin paced, robes swirling. Confess your signals. Your devices corrupt her. She defies protocol for you. Evan met the chamberlain's glare, calm. He scanned faces, nobles whispering, guards tense, patterns held. Fear masked ambition. Accusations need proof, Evan said, voice even. Show the confiscated puck. Live demonstration clears this. Murmurs rippled. Orin faltered, then smirked. Bold. Guards, present the traitor's tool. A guard stepped forward, held the micro-puck aloft on a velvet tray. Tiny, claw-sized, iridescent shell glinting under vaulted lights. Evan pulled his basic receiver from his belt. Standard issue, palm-sized, no fancy mods. He activated it with a thumb flick. Screen glowed faint blue. Watch, he said to the room, held receiver near the puck. Ping, sharp tone cut the air. Receiver displayed. Origin, core vents, timer sync. Queen's quarters. Every cycle. Precise. Gasps echoed. Nobles leaned forward. See? Evan pointed. Planted signal. Pings her private chambers on schedule. Tracks her moves. Not my tech. Child claw marks match Kiri's playthings. But forced. Kiri peeked out? Bad egg. I crushed one. Evan found more. Orin's scales paled. Lies. Human trickery. Test it yourself. Evan tossed the receiver to Alex. Captain caught it. Scanned the puck. Nodded slow. Confirms. Queen's quarters. Ping. Intruder net. Salith's crest twitched. Eyes locked on Evan. Silence stretched. Nobles shifted. Whispers turned to Orin. Then Kiri moved. She slipped Evan's shadow. Tiny claws clicked on stone. Walked straight to the dais. Past guards. Past Orin's glare. Climbed the steps. One by one. Reached Salith's side. Mother. Kiri's voice rang clear. Evan's my guardian. He listens. Protects. Not you. She pointed at Orin. Not him. Evan. Chamber. Chamber froze. Salith knelt. Touched daughter's crest. Soft. Daughter chooses. Queen's voice carried. Trust her sight. Kiri turned to Evan. Extended arms. Family. Evan stepped forward. No rush. Knelt at dais base. Let her hug his neck. Room exhaled. Ilex saluted. Human competence saves us. Again, nobles murmured approval. Orun's staff trembled. Evan won the room. Orin's claw twitched. Hidden in robe fold. Palace lights snapped to emergency red. Alarms wailed. Deep rumble shook the floor. Core breach, Ilex barked. Guards drew blades. Evan scooped Kiri. Back to Salith. Secondary trigger. Throne base hum. It's active. Queen rose. Orin. Chamberlain bolted for the side arch. Containment protocol! Evan sprinted after, receiver in hand, ping spiked. Core level, now. Kiri clung tight. Hunt! Ilex blocked Arun's path. Stand down. Red lights pulsed, vent grates rattled, deeper hum built. Evan hit the archway, spotted Orin's robes vanishing down spiral stairs. Captain, flank left, blind spot. Ilex nodded, signaled 2 guards. They peeled off. Evan descended, boots silent on stone. Kiri whispered, shiny hum, sick machine. Core reactor, Evan murmured. Overload trigger. Stairs ended at sealed hatch. Orin's claw scraped lock panel. Code entry flashed. Evan lunged, tackled low. Orin sprawled, staff clattered. Yield, Evan said, pinned arm. Orin hissed, human filth. Factions reclaim. Hatch groaned open. Steen hissed. Core chamber glowed orange. Evan bound Orin's wrists with zip tie from belt. Quick. Efficient. Kiri pointed. Eggs. Big ones. 3 signal pucks clung to reactor housing. Timer. 0:45. Evan drew multi-tool. Knife blade extended. Ilex! Jammer! Captain burst in. Toss device. Evan caught, slapped it on first puck. Signal died. Salith entered behind. Guards fanned out. Daughter safe? Kiri beamed. Evan fast. Second puck. Evan sliced shell. Exposed wiring. Snipped timer lead. Dead. Orun laughed. Too late.
Third sinks Queen's vault. Factions rise. Evan traced hum.
Third puck buried in access panel. Vibration matched throne base. He pried panel. Exposed it. Receiver confirmed. Vault ping. Active. 1 cut. Puck sparked. Silent. Timer zeroed. Core hum faded. Lights flickered blue. Ilex hauled Orun up. Treason confirmed. Queen approached. Crest high. Human. Your quiet work binds us. Evan stood. Dust off hands. Patterns don't lie. Team does. Kiri hugged his leg. More patrol. Salith smiled faint. Family vault. Now. All. Nobles filtered in above. Cheers echoed down. But Evan caught it. A faint scratch. Not puck. Deeper wall seam. Core shadows lingered. Ilex clapped Evan's shoulder. Train my guards. Share scans, Evan said. Blind spots covered. Orun snarled from irons. Human influence poisons. Salith silenced him with a glance. Trust builds empires. Yours crumbles. Kiri tugged Evan. Upstairs? Story? Evan nodded, carried her out. Queen followed. Chamber cleared. Victory solid. Yet that scratch echoed. One more shadow, they climbed. Red lights, normalized. In Queen's antechamber, Evan set Kiri down. She scampered to cushions. Salith pulled him aside. Voice low. You treat danger like... Inventory. Evan shrugged. Workday. Keeps her safe. Her claw brushed his arm. Hours now. Warmth spread. Mount family clicked. Ilex reported. Orin's faction rounded. Interrogation start. Good. Evan scanned room. Scratch pattern matched sub-level vents. Kiri yawned. Evan guard? Always. Tucked her in. Queen watched. Eyes soft. Lights dimmed for rest. Evan listened. Scratch faint. Not now. Tomorrow's hunt. Quiet competence held. But core vents whispered. 1 egg left? Palace slept. Shadows plotted. Evan's receiver pinged soft. New signal. Faint. He rose. Slipped out. Hunt called. Kiri stirred. Family. Go time. He whispered. She grinned. Slid off cushion. Ready. Together. Trust lit the dark. Word count. 1423. Evan snatched Kiri from the cushions. Her small claws gripped his collar. A muffled thud echoed from the core vents. Gas hissing free. The service ways, he whispered. Bolted for the antechamber's hidden panel. Queen Salith spun from her throne perch. Evan, map, incoming. He slapped his wrist com. Uploaded the palace schematic. Scratches overlaid as breach points. Hold court. Arrest on my marks. She nodded once, claws flexed. Protect her. Door panel hissed open. Evan plunged into the dim service tunnel. Pipes hummed. Kiri buried her face in his neck. Bad shadows? Handled. Footsteps clattered behind. 3 assailants. Oren's holdouts. Palace schematics burned in Evan's mind. He veered left at the first junction. Royal halls screamed exposure. Service passages twisted like veins. Comms crackled. Evan, report. Ilex's voice. Comms jammed soon. Nursery wing. Gas threat. Static surged. Link. Died. Evan tapped his earpiece twice. Rendezvous signal. Sprinted on. Kiri bounced light against his chest. Trust sealed her silent. Tunnel forked. He slammed the first bulkhead lever. Steel groaned shut. Attackers pounded it from behind. One idea. Funnel them. Ilex dropped from a ceiling grate ahead. Rifle braced. Eyed Evan. Human tricks? Evan jerked thumb right. Choke point ahead. Pointed 2 fingers back. Flankers incoming. Ilex's mandibles clicked approval. No words needed. They moved. Evan overrode the next bulkhead with a jury-rigged spanner from his belt. Gears ground. Door sealed midway. Narrow slit forced attackers single file. Shots pinged. Ilex fired through the gap, 1 down. Evan shielded Kiri, rolled left. Second bulkhead. Manual crank spun. Trap sprung. 3 more. Ilex signed. Lat palm rotate. Cycle vents. Evan nodded, popped a grate. Kiri clung tight. Evan fast. Fastest. He wedged the spanner into the vent fan. Jammed it open wide. Sucked air from the choke point. Attackers choked on recycled fumes. Ilex picked them off. Clear. Evan yanked the grate shut. Nursery. Timer. Ilex covered rear. Your map. Queen moves. Evan's comm buzzed once. Salith's ping. Arrests live. Queen Salith gripped her throne arms. Court nobles shifted. Whispers hissed like vents. The human flees with the princess. Proof of taint. She thrust up Evan's map on the hall holoscreen. Red marks pulsed. Traitor positions. Orun's remnants. Exposed. Chamberlain Vask Orun's successor Lyrax sneered from custody chains. Human sorcery. He bewitches her. Silence. Salith's voice cut crystal. Claws stabbed the air. Evan's competence unmasks you. Captain Ilex confirms breaches. Guards swarmed marked nodes. Nobles froze as irons clicked. 1 bolted, felled by stun dart. Salith's gaze pierced the hall. Trust the protector who turns palace to shield. Fearmongers fall. Court bowed, power realigned. Her daughter safe. Humans quiet work. Ping returned. Evan. Nursery rigged. She rose. Guards to wings. Now. Evan shouldered the nursery hatch. Hinges whined. Kiri wriggled down. Babies? Lights flickered red. Central cribs loomed empty. Evacuated? No, a side alcove hummed wrong. There. He pointed. Gas canister squatted amid toy stacks. Digital timer glared. 047. Ticking. Ilex burst in behind. Rifle swept. Clear. Evan knelt. Claws of caution. Alien gas. Unknown chem. But seals matched human industrial priority vent. Jam signal first. He yanked a freak scrambler from his pack. Slapped it on. Timer ignored it. Kiri tugged his sleeve. Evan fix. Watch. He traced canister seams. No auto vent. Manual override buried under lock plate. Spanner bit nettle. Twisted. Hiss escaped. 032. Ilex braced door. Seal it. Evac first. Evan scooped Kiri again. Nodded to shadowed cribs. Nanny drones powered down. No younglings. Trap for Kiri alone. Timer. 021. He dragged the canister toward the service grate. Heavy. Wheels locked. Ilex hauled with him. Muscles strained. Grate. Pried wide. 009. Evan kicked it through. Into core void. Slammed grate. Boom muffled. Vent rattled. Gas dispersed harmless. Kiri clapped. Boom gone. Ilex stared. Mandibles parted. You knew the yield? Patterns match. Evan dusted hands. Humble shrug. Workday. Footfalls thundered. Salith's guards. Queen strode in. Eyes locked on Kiri. Swept her up. Evan. Claw on his arm, firm again. Scanned corners. One scratch lingered, faint. Ilex clapped his shoulder. Signals work. Train all, tomorrow. Evan knelt for Kiri's hug. Her warmth chased shadows. Salith watched.
Family holds.
But receiver pinged anew. Deeper signal. Core breach widened. Evan rose. Hunt renewed. Kiri grinned up. Ready. Shadows deepened. One faction left. Evan's wrist receiver screamed a fresh alert. Deeper frequency. Nursery wing seals failing. Gas signature matched the canister. Neurotoxin bloom. He snatched Kiri from Salith's arms. Mask on. Tight. Slapped the seal over her faceplate. Her eyes widened behind the visor, but she nodded. Trusted. Salith's claws flexed. Evan. Stack access. Now, he bolted for the nursery's far wall. Maintenance panel glowed faint under emergency strips. Jam signal active. His scrambler held. Good. Ilex kicked the panel free. Pipes hissed steam. Evan dropped to knees, traced the stack diagram etched inside. Primary vent looped to core exhaust. Perfect. Kiri clung to his back. Evan fixed boom. Quiet boom this time. He yanked the override lever. Stack pressurized. Gas alarms wailed. Wing atmosphere sucked downward. Toxin funneled out. Seals held. 047 on his internal timer. He sealed the panel. Scooped Kiri down. Mask stayed latched. Her chest rose steady. Safe. Salith exhaled sharp. You mapped our vents. Untrained. Patterns match. Evan shrugged. Humble. Evac routes universal. Ilex's mandibles clicked approval. Captains logged this. Human drills start dawn. Receiver pinged again. Canister rig. Power surge from sublevel panel. Not the bomb source. Evan sprinted. Corridors blurred. Palace guards parted. Kiri bounced in his grip, fearless. Rig waited in the access tunnel. Twin canisters rigged to a jury-rig detonator. Wires snaked to the main panel 50 meters back. Power first. Evan bypassed the rig. No touch. Traced conduit. Panel hummed live. Ilex covered the tunnel mouth. Cut it direct. Risky. Source safer. Evan pried the panel cover. Fuses glowed hot. He yanked the master relay. Sparks flew. Hiss died. Timers froze at 009. Rig powered down. Canisters inert. He exhaled. Dusted gloves. Kiri peeked from behind his leg. Evan smart. Footfalls echoed. Ilex lunged into shadows. Tackled a cloaked figure scrambling with a data slate. Accomplice pinned. Mandibles locked on throat. Orin's code. Ilex growled. Slate data streamed to his comms. Confirmed. Salith arrived with full escort. Eyes locked on the rig. Then the captive. Chain it. Guards hauled the figure up. Evan watched, calm. Patterns connected. Orun's faction. Chamberlain's smooth plays turned sharp. Throne chamber doors parted. Court assembled. Whispers rippled. Bask Orin stood central, robes pristine. Smiled thin. Salith mounted dais. Chamberlain, your signals breached core vents. Your codes armed the rigs. Orin's crest flattened. Highness presumes. Evidence. Ilex tossed the slate. Hollow projected. Fun trails. Com logs. Orin's seal stamped each. Court gasped. Mandibles parted wide. Orin straightened. Human influence corrupts. The child clings. Unnatural. Protocol demands isolation. Salith's gaze cut to Evan. Held Kiri's hand. Protocol failed twice. Human competence held. Evan stood silent. Observed. Orun's eyes flicked. Fear masked as disdain. Arrest him. Salith waved claws. Guards swarmed. Orin dragged out, protesting protocol to empty air. Silence fell. Court eyes shifted. To Kiri. To Evan. Salith descended. Knelt to Kiri's level. Daughter. Your safe one? Kiri nodded fierce. Tore off mask. Evan. Always. Salith rose. Voice carried. Evan Rook of humanity. You vented death. Disarmed treachery. Earned my sight. Court leaned in. Gold? Lands? Whispers guessed. She extended claw. Sworn protector to Princess Kiri. Household status granted. Family wing access. Full. Evan took the claw. Firm grip, honor serves. Gasps echoed, no gold. Place, beside the air. Ilex clapped his shoulder. Train us, Rook. All guards, captains nodded. Distrust cracked. Kiri beamed. Grabbed Evan's hand, tiny claws warm. Come. She tugged, led him forward. Past courtiers, through gilded arches. Royal family chamber yawned open. Inner sanctum, hearth glows, drone nurslings dormant, walls etched with lineage. Court watched, frozen. Human strode in, at Princess's side. Salith followed, doors sealed. Family holds Evan, deeper threats lurk. Orun's web spreads. Evan scanned the chamber, sense layered. Spice wards, old stone. Receiver silent. For now. Kiri climbed a cushion pile, patched beside her. Story time? He sat, patterns shifted, trust locked. 1. About quiet fixes. Salith settled opposite, watched them. Claw tapped throne arm. He adapts. We endure. But shadows pooled in corner vents. Faint ping whispered. New frequency. Hunt called again. Evan's hand covered Kiri's. Ready. Evan traced the ping source. Subharmonic, armory wing. Explosive trace. Beyond canisters. Shaped charges. He rose smooth. Armory. Now. Salith tensed. Court clears. Go. Ilex. With. Evan scooped Kiri. She giggled. Mask prepped, but air clean. Ilex signaled guards. Flanked them. Corridors emptied fast. Talus lockdown hummed. Armory doors sealed. Evan slapped his scrambler. Locks popped. Inside. Racks of plasma lances. Grenade nests. Central pedestal. Rigged crate. Charges webbed to a core tap. Timer. 042. Power again, Ilex queried. Charges live. Tap the grid. Evan pinpointed the feeder line. Buried under floor grating. Prized it up. Wires pulsed. Kiri pointed. Shiny bad. Smart eyes. He snipped the grid feed. Charges beeped warning, then flatlined. Averted. Third time. Ilex hauled the crate. Or runs reserves. Faction purge starts. Evan nodded. Humble. Patterns matched industrial sabbats he'd seen dirtside. Workday. Back to family chamber. Salith waited. Data pads glowed. Orin's accomplices mapped. Web tightens. Outer houses push. Kiri yawned, curled against Evan's side. Evan stay? Stays, Salith declared. Claw on his knee. Household oath binds. Train Ilex's line. Kiri's shadow. Evan met her gaze. Competence spoke. No words needed. Court reconvened dawn. Whispers turned awe. Human walked free. Princess trailed him. Hand in hand. Ilex drilled squads. Evan's patterns spread. Vents mapped. Signals jammed. One guard faltered. Human ways, unorthodox, saved lives. Ilex snapped. Adapt. Evan demoed a rig disarm. Silent, precise. Guards mimicked, clicked into rhythm. Kiri cheered from sidelines. Evan teach, Salith observed from balcony. Crest high, trust built. Factions fractured, but receiver vibrated. Deep core. Breach signature escalated. Not Oren. Bigger player? Evan glanced up, met Salith's eyes. Nod shared. Hunt deepened. Family guarded, days blurred. Evan mapped palace veins, vents, stacks, power nodes. Ilex's guards absorbed. Human quiet turned legend. Kiri shadowed him. Evan, why no boom fear? Fix before boom. He ruffled her crest, gentle. She hugged tight. Cross-species warmth chased court chill. Salith summoned private. Daughter blooms. Your steadiness roots her. Team effort. Evan traced a hologrid. Next breach here. Prep. She clawed his arm. More than guard. Kin now. Oren's trial sealed. Accomplices chained. But whispers lingered. Queen's outer rivals. Receiver screamed. Outer hull. Breach pod docking. Armed signatures. Evan bolted. Kiri in arms. Family chamber. Seal. Salith rallied. Ilex led charge. Pod cracked open. Mercs spilled silences. Blasters hot. Evan flanked vent stack. Jammed signals. Guards poured plasma. He yanked a Merc's power cell. Rigged feedback loop. Blasters overloaded. Boom chain. Mercs dropped. Captured. Siley.